He went as far as to infer that Black and Latino children were out of control. Their behavior varying from child to child runs the gamut, from annoyance to serious crime. In classrooms, Black and Latino children refused to stay in their seats, using obscene language, breaking rules and regulations. Criminal behavior includes assaults, robbery, extortion, destruction of property, starting fires, and other types of actions which bear some similarity to the Blackboard Jungle. I think that was in 1956, that film, starring Glenn Ford and Sidney Poitier. Civil rights and civic groups attacked the Guild's position. Edward Lewis, executive director of the Urban League of Greater New York, expressed, quote, shock. The Intergroup Committee on New York City's public schools, which represented 26 organizations, publicly denounced the Guild and the High School Teachers Association's opposition to the transfer plan. One member of the Commission on Integration said that the teachers lacked courage. In a letter to Charles Silver, president of the Board of Education, the Intergroup Committee urged the board to implement the teachers' transfer plan without delay. The Guild, which was part of the group, refused to sign the letter, to Silver. The president of the National Urban League, speaking to 400 people attending a conference of the United Neighborhood Houses, claimed that the New York City teachers were involved in an organized campaign to avoid serving Black and Latino children. But what New York Times reporter Mary Olson described as a bitterly worded keynote speech, Lester Granger of the Urban League said one of the most disturbing symptoms that have recently appeared among teachers is their organized and sanctioned effort to avoid serving in predominantly Black and Latino communities. Granger argued that it was more than a coincidence that these difficult schools are almost invariably those with heavy concentrations of mainland and territorial children of dark complexion. Paul Zuber, a civil rights lawyer who fought for school integration in New York, wrote to Rose Russell, who was in the communist-led teachers union in late March, telling her he would warn Coogan and the leadership of the Guild that if they did not change their position, he and ministers and leaders had agreed to take on the Teachers Guild before the Board of Estimate, opposing a pay hike for teachers. So long before 1968, folks, we have confrontation between the Black and Latino communities and the New York City teachers. You know, so as I suggest, the popular narrative that the community control movement and Black power advocates were responsible for confrontation between teachers in the Black and Latino communities is not grounded in reality. Thus, the tension between teachers and Black and Latino goes back decades before the community control movement. In fact, that movement was in part a response to the failure of teachers to cultivate strong ties to Black and Latino communities. So the failure of the U of T to win the support of parents during the financial crisis of the 1970s, when 15,000 teachers and paraprofessionals were laid off, and teachers were forced to accept salary reductions and longer school days, was rooted in this long history of not building closer ties with Black and Latino parents. So in 1968, the New York City Teachers Union did win the battle. They stopped community control. And we got a watered-down version called decentralization. But they are losing the war, the fight for public education. The U of T's decision to help bail out the city by lending It had $150 million from teachers' pensions funds in 1975 when the city almost went bankrupt. Did not save the teachers from harsh austerity measures pushed by the city. Today we witness the support that many Black and Latino parents have for the agenda of the educational reform movement, including charter schools, vouchers, testing, and ending tenure for teachers. The Robert Wood Foundation and the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health shows that Black and Latino and Native Americans believe that public schools are not properly educating their children. 64% of the African American community surveyed feel that public schools do not properly serve their children. 45% of Latinos and 40% of Native Americans also felt that the public schools fail their children. The Brookings Institute reported that a number of polls showed that the majority of Black parents support charter schools. The teachers' unions expect to gain greater support from communities. They must not appear to be self-serving and forge better relationships with the families of the children they educate. And this is a battle I know from my book, Red to the Blackboard, the contest between the teachers' union for a much broader form of teacher unionism versus the sort of narrow one. Well, the TU lost, and it lost for many reasons, including the Cold War effort to destroy it. And what we got was a type of unionism that, as I said, was quite militant on behalf of teachers, but didn't cultivate those strong relationships with Black and Latino parents. And if we were essentially going to advance and save public education, we need to do that. So let's take Brownsville, Brooklyn off the hook for this terrible relationship. Okay, thank you.